Okay, so today we're going to try and keep under 2 minutes long. Let's see if we can do it. Right, so I've got it all set up. It's like Blue Peter. Here's what I made earlier. Right, so as we can see, we continue this trend, upwards trend here to nearly 400. I'll show you exactly the figures in a minute. And as you can tell, I'm still not over this disastrous weekend. It was disastrous, but we're making a fight back. So we're getting towards the 400 mark, and that has to be my lowest barrier that I want. That's got to be my standard, is 400 downloads per day. That's where I want it to be now, at least. And we're going to do some paid advertising later in the month, so hopefully we can smash through the £1,000, I got money in my mind, the 1,000 downloads per day. Dare I say it? Yeah, of course I do. I dare say it. Right, so yesterday, let's have a deep dive into yesterday then. And then I've got a takeaway of the day, something alarming that I found out from one of my podcasting groups. We're already a minute in, so there's no chance I'm going to do this in under 2 minutes. Let's go. So yesterday we had the toothpaste effect, which put on social media, got quite a good response from it. Although today's, the 3rd of June, today's episode has had an amazing response on Facebook so far. So many comments, which has been, we've had 10 comments already, and that's my personal Facebook page, so that's really, really good. So the toothpaste effect, I thought it was a really good episode, to be honest, even if I do say so myself, at 177. And the nice thing is here, we continued the trend of more podcasts being listened to. So it was 140, 70, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 78 different podcasts was listened to yesterday. So that's, I'm happy with that. I like the fact that people were going into their back catalogue and listening to 78 different podcasts, which is nice. And yeah, as you can see here, 388, so close, 12 off being 400. Let's hope today, 164 at 1021. Let's see if we can, 1029. Nope, no downloads in 9 minutes. God damn it. So 164 at the minute. So hopefully we're on course to beat that today, but we'll see. I'll update you that tomorrow. Okay, so my takeaway yesterday was I'm in so many podcasting groups because I am a podcast geek. I took so many podcasting courses, so I'm in their first Facebook group as well. Like I said before, there's some good, there's some bad, there's some indifferent, there's some average. But I always believe you can learn something from anybody. It doesn't matter what walk of life or who they are or what position they're in. You can always learn off somebody. And so I like to read the comments and experiences of other people. And somebody, I forgot her name, Abel, I think she was called. She seems a really, really nice girl. And she put a comment in saying about the Creative Entrepreneur. That's her podcast. And she's had a cease and desist letter from Entrepreneur Magazine, entrepreneur.com, because apparently they own the trademark of anything to do with entrepreneur. And as you know, I am planning on changing my podcast name to Motivated Entrepreneurs. And I'm in the UK, so it's unsure at the minute if they can come after me with a cease and desist letter. I think that's desist is the right word in that part of it. But all I know is that they probably won't get away with it, but you've got to fight it. And in America, we all know the American law system and how it works is you've got to prove your innocence and go all the way to court, and it's going to cost you money. And do you have the funds to fight the big boys? And most people don't. That's the issue. That's the problem. And so I was talking to this girl, and she actually said that she doesn't have the funds, so she's probably going to change the name of the podcast. And that's really upsetting for me, just because I feel like they're being bullied. They're being bullied too, and I'll probably get in trouble for this video now as well. But in the US, I feel like they're being bullied and not allowed to use the word entrepreneur. I mean, how ridiculous! And like I said, they probably won't get away with it. But that letter's still being sent out, and it scared her. She didn't have the money to fight it, so she's going to change the name of the podcast. And I was talking to other people in the group and saying, "Look, I'm in the UK. I'm going to change my name to the Motivated Entrepreneurs. If you add the S, does that still count?" Some people say yes it does, some people say no it doesn't. John Lee Dumas has Entrepreneurs on Fire, but apparently he had it before Entrepreneur on Fire, and he had to change the name and add an S in, and that's how he got around it, although he hasn't yet commented on the post, so it'd be interesting to see. And by the way, it's Podcasters Paradise I'm in, and I love the group. I think that there's some amazing people in there, and I think it's a great course. And So John hasn't actually commented yet, so it'll be interesting to see what his take is. I keep refreshing and having a look. That was yesterday when this post was on. So we'll see what he says. But it's now made me think about my change of name and should I really do it? Motivated Entrepreneurs. I've got the S in. And another big benefit for me is I am in the UK. We have looked, and the entrepreneurial magazine, entrepreneur.com, I think it is, they have actually trademarked the name in the UK. But you'd expect them to do that anyway. But I don't know the legal ramifications in this country if they will be allowed to give me a cease and desist. My gut reaction says no. And I'm a stubborn so-and-so, and it depends how much money, if I've got the money to fight it. But I'm a stubborn so-and-so, and I don't want to. It's a bullying, the actions of a bully, you know, the big boys say, you know, you must cease and desist, one of the two. And so I would like to think that I would fight it anyway, and I'd also like to think that you couldn't do this in the UK. So I don't know, but I know there's loads and loads of podcasts with the name Entrepreneur out there, but it's just, the reason I'm bringing this up is because it's something that you guys have got to be wary of if you are in the US, if you are in different countries. And I'm just thinking back then, somebody else put in a group, I'm not in the US, I don't care, I've had this letter and I've just ignored it because I know there's nothing they can do. And now there wasn't from the UK, there was from another country. I don't know what country it was now, but it wasn't the UK, Canada, or America, and he just ignored it, and that was a year ago, and nothing's been happening since. And I'm not saying that you can ignore it and it'll go away, but I'm saying that that's what somebody has done in the group. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens, and I'm also going to try and do as much digging as I possibly can do, and I'm going to share it with you guys as well and keep you posted, because I do want to change the name. I do want the word entrepreneur in my podcast, or entrepreneurs, because that is what we're going for. We want to talk to entrepreneurs, we want to help entrepreneurs, and that's kind of that's where I see myself. I've always been an entrepreneur all my life, and I believe that's the people and the area that I personally want to go in, because I can relate to entrepreneurs much more than the general public. I'm trying to niche down a little bit, and I don't know what I'm doing with my hands all the time. Right, so that is the 2-minute podcast, the 2-minute video that I promised today. 2 minutes, 7 minutes, 34 seconds. Right, have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you tomorrow with a 2-minute video, and I'll keep you posted on what happens with the cease and desist, and see what happens. And if I forget, please remind me, because I could easily forget. All right, have a wonderful day. Thank you for tuning in. I do appreciate you guys. And don't forget, check out my podcast, because we need the downloads. 0 to 1 million in... Well, it's going to be less than 24 months. It's going to be a lot less than 24 months. I really, really do feel very, very confident. And I'm going to document the whole journey here, tell you the pros, the cons, and everything in between. All right, my friends, I'll speak to you soon. Bye-bye.